So right now,
we, the men of the mountain, took a group of brothers to the top of the Atlas mountain for 3 reasons. To take a group of strangers and to foster brotherhood, to ponder upon the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to utilize the body that Allah has given us, pushing it to its limits. But more importantly, to raise funds for orphans in places like Syria, Afghanistan and Palestine. I'm your narrator and cameraman Aryan, and I'm joined with my fellow brothers, professional sweeper Zayd and the man of the mountain, Abdullah, alongside of our group of brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, this is Men of the Mountain, Project Toubkal. But first, some context. Stretching across Morocco and North Africa, the mountain we're interested in is found just south of Marrakesh, with peaks reaching as high as 4,000 meters. In comparison, Snowdon, an ISOC favorite, is just over 1,000 meters. Mount Toubkal, however, is 4 times that, reaching just over 4,000 meters. The trail we'll be taking will take 2 days to summit. During the heat of summer, the mountain will be a challenge to climb, but a spectacle to see, inshallah. The region is rich in Berber culture, a people that are fascinating and we'll get into a lot more, inshallah. The main villages for hikers and tourists are Imlil and Arund, which are found at the bottom of the mountain, which is where we'll be staying, inshallah. Day 1, we touched down in Marrakesh airport and jumped in a bus down to the little village of Imlil, a 1.5 hour drive down south. The brothers were pretty tired from their flight, but they had plenty of energy to mess with my camera.
Mushraf, how do you feel about this trip?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10? What do you mean 6 out of 10? Why?
I don't know, like the number 6.
Mustafa, what do you think about so far?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Barely started, but
Having fun?
it's okay so far. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Ahmed?
I'm ready to get into the top first.
Nah.
And what does Javid say?
Some people on this trip might get thrown off the mountain, but that's okay. It's a sacrifice.
Also, insane foreshadowing, just remember this. As the sandstone homes and smooth roads turn to dirt trails and mountains, we're getting close to our first stop, Imlil. The day we arrived was of course Yawm al-Jum'ah, so we had to head to the masjid called Imlil Masjid just in time for Jum'ah.
Are we gonna go to Jum'ah?
DJI. Do you have the DJI mics? Where's Ziad?
Now, we stuck out like some sore thumbs. People knew we were tourists, and that had to change. So we did the most logical thing possible.
It's Justin Timberlake, he speaks.
What's your end?
Buy winter Berber jackets in the middle of summer, they say. What a brilliant idea.
Why are you getting one?
Unfortunate factors.
I.e. your mum won't let you.
Yeah.
Are you recording?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, come. I'll do your hot for you. He got one! Give us a message to your mother.
I'm sure about this, but I know I fell for the peer pressure. Go for these. I had to. I folded.
He folded.
Now, for those unaware, like myself before this trip, who the Berber people are, allow me to explain. Tracing back thousands of years before the Arabs, going way back to the time of the Romans, the term Berber comes from barbarian, which the Romans had used as a derogatory term. They themselves called themselves the Amazigh, meaning the free people. They wore wool garments, like I'm wearing myself, alhamdulillah, to provide warmth from the harsh conditions of the high Atlas. Alhamdulillah, they can have many different embroidery patterns, which is why we spent way too long inside of Mustafa's shop trying to pick the best one. Alhamdulillah. Once the brothers grabbed their jackets, thobes, hats, the first trek had started, hiking from Imlil village to Arund, a village found 1,900 meters above sea level and is roughly a 40-minute walk.
Can you give us a quick breakdown on what we are stepping in? Donkey feces. You are waffling.
Seems plausible, no? It does. That's what did you write their names?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to day 1. Alhamdulillah, the brothers. I've just got into Imlil. We had a long flight. Brothers have got all their Berber jackets. On my bed, they're looking beautiful. Right now we're heading to our little cabin for the night. And that's where we'll be staying. So why are we doing this? To push the brothers outside their comfort zone, to help them grow spiritually, mentally, physically, and most importantly in their deen. Get closer to Allah through hard work, through pushing themselves.
donkey.
Yeah, go on then, do a bit of donkey.
Donkeys. This is the content we came for, not the mountains.
This is what we're here for.
The donkeys.
Facts, education, shelter.
Cameraman's gotta get some screen time as well, you know.
Let me interview you. Did you consent?
Interview me, yeah?
Alright, tell me.
Salam.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Aryan. We're in Imlil, south of Marrakesh, Morocco. Alhamdulillah. I don't know how many feet up we're in the sky. Make up a number.
4,000.
4,000.
You're not 4,000.
With 4,000 bananas
4,000
in the sky.
is the peak. Is the peak.
I think if you follow my finger, we are up there somewhere. Now, let's sign up.
Hamid Khalif. Signing out.
That was so cold. You're cold, bro.
But once we arrived, brothers chilled for the rest of the day. We faked our clips.
we're good, guys.
We ate. We even recorded some promotional videos.
What the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
No, the men of mountain. We're getting used to this whole promo stuff, okay? Cut us some slack.
Alhamdulillah, the men of the mountain have made it to the base of Mount Toubkal, which as you can see is rising 4,000 meters into the sky behind us. We'll be climbing it tomorrow to raise money for orphans in Afghanistan, Syria and Palestine, inshallah. Please click the link in bio, share with family and friends and donate as much as you can. Jazakallah khair.
Before we knew it, the adhan was called for Isha, and we had a look at the old Berber Masjid in Al-Rumd. We got back to our accommodation, ate bread and soup, the first of so many.
It turned red. What? If you have a lot of bread, it'll feel
Whoa! Record it. I don't think you can record.
And then our guide Hussein, the coolest person in the world, gave us a quick brief on what will happen, inshallah.
Transported by mules to get to the. We will be access to them at the lunch spot, which will be in like after 3 hours from. There are a few places where you can have lunch, but we will, if we can get to the further one, that will be good. Now normally after you eat, you become lazy, you know, and then you just want to take a nap. So if you can get closer, that will be good. The pace it's going to be slowly, step by step. We are not allowed to let anyone to go ahead or to leave anyone in very behind. We will always go together. By the way, tomorrow there will be a guide who's going to take you to the summit. So he will be in the front, I will be in the back, or opposite. And then we will take it easy and slowly. We will get to the refuge, we'll have our enough time, lunch, get to the base camp, relax, and then be ready for the summit day, which is going to be quite a challenge, but you will do it, inshallah.
Called it a night, as the next morning our trek from Arum to the refuge camp starts, inshallah. The day started with, you guessed it, more bread and soup.
When I played the recording of this story.
You have a recording?
I recorded it.
Alhamdulillah, the brothers were mentally preparing themselves the morning after to go from Arum to the refuge camp, the refuge de Toubkal. Yes, it's French, but ironically, it's one of the most decent things the French had left for the Moroccans. It was an investment for the people in the high atlas. Tourism didn't exist, so this refuge being here, left by the French, was a great way to boost tourism in the area, alhamdulillah. But with that, the hike to the refuge commences, inshallah.
What are you saying?
Is it a video?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's silent.
Abdullah, give us a commentary.
Yeah. We start day 2 of the trip, day 1 of the trek. Today is going to be about 6 hours, a slowest pace. Just so that everyone in the group is comfy.
Sasa J.
Sasa J.
Yes, sir.
And this is your... How many times you've done this? Is this your second time, third time?
The shoes. Did you see? Alright, cameraman speaking time. I have a prediction on this hike. Usually on these long hikes, the brothers like to pair up. And when they pair up, they start talking about their deep life stories. Usually about marriage, don't get me wrong. I know for a fact that once we get to the retreat in around 8 hours, the refuge, that the brothers will be extremely close. Simply because they've been talking about marriage for the last 4 or 5 hours. That's my prediction.
My prediction is the brothers in the Berber jackets are gonna dash in.
Yeah, that's also a very good prediction.
Hard work a day.
Yeah. Is it just
We
more
got
steep?
about like 1400 meter of elevation again. From
Yalla guys, okay? Mustafa man, assalamu alaikum. Give me your thoughts, your feelings. Nothing too deep because it's gonna go on YouTube. Unless you want to, you know?
I like walking, hiking in this kind of terrain.
Why don't you share to the audience where you're from, I suppose?
Technically, Ecuadorian.
By the way, I don't think I know this, but when did you take your Shahada?
A year, a bit more than a year now.
What made you wanna, was it your friends? Did you have Muslim friends?
Yeah, I did have Muslim friends. I passively learned about Islam from my friends. When I read the Quran, I learned about the Akhirah, the afterlife.
What would you say to people? It's just a personal question. Okay, say for example, I have a friend that's non-Muslim, right?
Yeah.
How did your friends like slowly manage to persuade you?
I think just be very good people, because before I was Muslim, I had lots of Muslim friends. I think that helps. Being surrounded by Muslims helps a lot. But I really love them. They
They had really good character.
yeah, I'd say so.
In the way that it counts.
Yeah,
in the way, definitely in the way that it counts, of course.
So right now we're at 1,993 meters, and that is the goal. Toubkal right now.
Setting for our next stop. Dorian Jacob kept the beard oil.
if you guys want to know beard oil, Crescent Blends.
Crescent Blends.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, right. And a big thank you to Human Aid and Advocacy for allowing this trip to, you know, be what it is today, Alhamdulillah.
If you need a charity to donate to, Human Aid and Advocacy.
Show them the badge. Show them the badge. Allahumma barik. And a big special thank you to our unknown Amir.
The man of the mountain.
The man of the mountain.
That is Hussein,
Are you doing GoPro reception right now?
He's been living here his whole life. He's the real mountain man.
Yeah, and Jazakallah khairan to Hussein,
Jazak, welcome guys.
our amazing tour guide.
We know where that is. That is not Toubkal. That is Toubkal. Abdul Wahid, what do you say? That's Toubkal behind us, isn't it?
It looks so cinematic.
When we get back to base camp,
The light here is really cool.
To all my videographers out there, get yourself an ND filter right now. Shoot 1/50 shutter speed, and everything you do will look like a movie, inshallah.
Got a little dog from Tim.
May Allah accept the intention.
Are you talking about the muse?
No. By the way, on the charity aspect, right now we're only at 3k. Alhamdulillah, like we're out here, but the reason we're here, and don't forget it, we're saying, well, we're trying to raise money. We're trying to raise money for 15 orphans, inshallah. So that's £408 per orphan. Yeah. So everyone just try and pester your family. Try and get like 8 people £5 a month, 4 people £10 a month.
After resting up for a little bit, the bros continued on.
We're in a small mountain village right now with my boy Mushraf.
A really cold drink. We walked past 3 of these just flowing cold buckets of like cold drinks, and we haven't been allowed to get any.
We're walking past waterfalls and standing water.
In 2 days, we jump in there, inshallah.
And all we're doing is walking past them until our break, which is in half an hour, where we can drink as much as we want, inshallah.
Sit rep. Elevation.
Where we at?
We're at 2,198 meters, and alhamdulillah we found a cafe. Spawned on the mountain.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
That's a Snowden equivalent.
That is the Snowden equivalent.
As time went by, further up we went. We even interacted with some locals. Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Mushraf. On video, baby. That's cool. Gotta love the mountain locals.
But finally, we reached another short break.
Give us an update on where we're at.
Okay, right now, brothers, we've done 415 today. We're about 2.5, maybe 3 miles in. Alhamdulillah, we stopped at a little lunch spot. You don't see this usually on mountains, but there's a few cafes along the way. So we're just going to have a short half an hour little stop, nothing too big, and then we'll crack on with the rest of the day, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah.
Whoa.
Alhamdulillah. I'm not a sit rep. I don't know what that means. People have been saying it.
This is good. This is good. It means in the UK.
We're in the pomegranate. But we're like a couple, maybe 500, 600 meters in elevation since we started. Alhamdulillah. Ah. Just a couple hundred more and we have lunch. Alhamdulillah. Gonna give us an update? It's been a while.
Do it at lunch, inshallah.
It's been a while. You wanna give us an update?
Still in the mountains. Alhamdulillah. We're getting into the rhythm of walking. It's just.
Beyond the mountain.
All right. We've got into the flow of walking.
A nice slow pace. Brothers, it's getting a bit windy, so
We got the real
We're getting surrounded by a lot of goats.
Everything was making the bros bug out, especially goats.
You got that?
I did get that on camera.
Take a look at lunch.
And donkeys.
Assalamu alaikum, ya himar.
Oh, beta, you have done it. You have made it, beta. Oh, keep going, beta. Oh, come on, beta.
But at long last, after 4 hours, we'd reached lunch. Alhamdulillah.
Your place? Last time I went to Morocco, the place.
Mushraf, where are we right now?
I don't know. What time is it? Are you talking about after today or Toubkal?
Okay, the base camp that we're going to is 3,200 Right now we're at 2,783.
So we got 500 meters left. Okay, if you don't know, that is very good because we're cooked. We're cooked right now. So
Lunch, as expected, was soup and bread and lots of tea.
Mushraf, would you like my 8 sugar Moroccan tea? 1 sip for the camera.
Also vegetables and tagine, a traditional North African dish made from mince, meat and vegetables. After eating, the bros were re-energized and feeling much better. We went right back to walking and also faking our clips.
That was good.
Now, speaking completely from the heart here, there was something completely different about a hike in the UK and a hike in a place like Morocco. The vibes were completely different. The people were so hospitable. The weather was beautiful. Alhamdulillah, there was just something so different. We highly recommend. Oh, it seems like I yapped a bit too much. Alhamdulillah, the brothers made it to the refuge.
You know that house, Glendale or whatever? Lord of the Rings, yeah? You watch Lord of the Rings?
No.
I've watched The Hobbits.
Watch the Hobbit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Hobbit.
that's it.
That house that they go into the mountains. Where there was,
I told you this was the Hobbit.
I literally said this before. This is literally we're the Hobbits right now.
Yeah, and like this is the house.
This is the house.
So the hobbits hobbled along, and we even managed to record another promotional video, alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Hope your Dhul Hijjah is going well. And I hope you're striving. But right now the brothers are striving to get up this mountain. Inshallah, Toubkal is in the distance. We've just made it to the Toubkal refuge. We're staying here for the night. We had a nice lunch. It was easy hike after that. Alhamdulillah, most of the hard work was done in the day. But brothers and sisters, please don't forget to donate. There's going to be the link in bio. Share as much as you can, donate as much as you can. And it's an amazing cause. And these orphans, they're our imana. It's up to us to take care of them. And we've got to do the best we can, inshallah. So spread the link. And may Allah reward you for all your efforts.
No.
Hold on. Can I just point out, we've just climbed an entire day. We've done the height of Ben Nevis. Now look up there.
I'm joking.
And it's still hidden behind clouds.
It's still behind clouds.
And it still looks like we haven't even climbed the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like that. We might be cooked.
It might be.
As I told you, it's going to be too crowded here. If we can get your own room there. It's a basic one, but it's much better than being in a room with the others, especially females, and you can try your... Maybe. Yeah, we will provide you with a rug or something where you can pray in Jama'ah. The dining room is inside, showers are inside the toilets. we will use that one just to sleep. As there are some people who only having 2 days, they will wake up at 2 o'clock, some of them 1 o'clock, some of them 2 o'clock. So to avoid that crowdy, you will sleep in that building. Tomorrow, if it get lease, and if we can get our own private room here, then we can move to it. If not, then we will stay there. But we will do our best to have our own room here tomorrow.
We're okay.
Just to be close to the chargers and the toilets.
As long as you're not mixed with a female.
No, the
Alhamdulillah.
are there.
Alhamdulillah. The brothers are looking for wives.
No way.
The refuge we're staying at, the famous Refuge de Toubkal, it's situated at 3,200 meters. It's comprised of stables for mules and donkeys and dorms for hikers. There are 2 buildings. The larger one is where the cafeteria and the canteen and the showers are, and the second one is next to the stables, which is where we'll be staying, inshallah. As Hussein had mentioned, the main accommodation area was free mixed and was very packed, so easily we took the building next to the stables.
Is there electricity here?
Whoa.
Oh wait, we're going upstairs.
Second one.
You can't knock out, it's fine. You do what I do.
Wait. Yeah, but sometimes I can sleep. Sometimes.
Wait. Can the snorers go in that room?
No!
I got to be in the zone to sleep.
You will suffer! You will suffer! You will suffer!
Oh my god, the symphony tonight, bro.
The room's gonna take off. You know what? This is proper brother.
Alright, fine, I'll pat your head. Alhamdulillah, this is
You're gonna really
nice.
feel the brother.
Yeah? You like it?
I'm liking it.
Yeah, it's sick.
Alhamdulillah, the brothers are gonna be very brotherly tonight, you know. Very brotherhood vibes. Jerry, please put your phone away.
I'm putting him on camera, bro. Look at this guy's toes. On the internet for free.
Oh my days. You're not normally charged for that, fam. Bloody hell.
His toes are in the vlog.
You know them like
As you could expect, it took a while for us to settle down, but once we did, we were out cold. And I remember when someone mentioned Symphony of Snores. Indeed, what a symphony it was. Day 3 is the ascent day, in which we hope to make it to the peak. Now, I do have one confession. I didn't take my camera with me. I know. I didn't take my camera with me. I was told by Sasa J, better safe than sorry. But not all is lost, because we are professionals, of course. Alhamdulillah. We have a couple of angles from our GoPros. So everything going forward will be the GoPro footage. Sasa J had also very kindly allowed us to use his Insta360 footage. Thank you, Sasa J. Jazakallah khair. So we'll be using that, inshallah. After the bros woke up, we prayed, ate breakfast, and set off.
5:17 at the refuge summit, 3,207 meters. The plan now is we're going to pray and then we are going to leave.
The bros were excited, it was dark, and we get to scramble up these rocks. The sun was slowly rising, giving us more visibility, so we charged on.
Just as the sun's starting to strike some of the mountains.
You can see the pace we're doing. It's slow because it's hard.
Just so it's basically boulders about half an hour in. I'm just following Pathan's legs there. So tell me, how are you feeling as you look at that view?
Pain.
This is the view that we've got right now.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling?
That's good, man.
Use some good words.
Sublime.
He's been reading the dictionary. Sublime.
I learned it the other
And the feeling right now?
Yeah, enjoying the views. Hotter than I thought it was, so I'm just taking some layers off.
Fine. Brother's looking to get married, so he's taking some pictures so he can send to his potential brides. Just over an hour in, we're having a little break.
6:53 right now. So sun has risen. And this is our view zone.
Just over an hour. Everybody's having a really good relax.
The more we pushed on, the colder it got and the less air that was in the atmosphere. Which explains why I have a sock for a glove. Please, no questions. We're professionals, okay? We know what we're doing. But as we climbed, the thinner the air had gotten, the brothers were really starting to feel it. Now, during our briefing, Hussein did mention that if anyone was suffering from any kind of side effects from altitude sickness, then no hesitations, we will be turning back. I can't speak for myself, but a lot of brothers had admitted that they did feel very sick, but they didn't want to mention it. Altitude sickness kicks in at around 2,000 to 2,500 meters. The refuge itself was at 3,100 meters and we're pushing to 4,000 meters. So it's only really going to get worse. Alhamdulillah, it was getting windy and much colder, and it was really important to keep our breathing control.
Don't run. Nadine, don't run. Don't run, you'll tire yourself very quickly.
At this point, we were tired, our heads were pounding, the air was so thin we needed to breathe twice as hard. Everyone had stopped speaking. That meant everyone was locked in. And after all this struggle, before we knew it, combating the conditions and the environment, walking for 4 hours straight, we had barely cracked 4,000 meters.
Our elevation right now, 4,036 meters. Alhamdulillah. 100 and a bit left.
The path had narrowed. Each side had at least a 300-meter drop. Wind from each direction, but with only 100 meters left to go. The trail getting more risky, going from solid rocks to scree. Each step, a step closer to the summit. Slowly but surely, the sight of the peak reinvigorated the brothers.
Run. Huh? Run. Oh no. Bismillah.
That pyramid, indicating the highest point, was the only thing we can think about. But after hours of walking, we'd finally reached the summit. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Let's go, bro. Bruv, don't say sorry for nothing, man. Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Yo, Sheriff, what's going on? You good?
Now, Hussein told us that we shouldn't really be at the summit for more than 10 minutes. We'd spent half an hour on the summit. It was a very rare moment. We were very fortunate. There was no one else apart from us at the peak of Mount Toubkal.
That way is the rest of Africa and the tip of the Sahara Desert. That way to the north is Spain and the Mediterranean Sea.
Just go a little bit to the left.
After a while, we just started our descent down, which is so much worse than going up. The path is entirely made of scree, which is basically small, loose rocks, kind of like gravel, which can easily cause you to slip.
What about you, pure Moroccan? Fully Moroccan?
No, pure Berber.
Berber.
Now, this is Rashid, another one of our tour guides, the second coolest guy in the world. Now, Rashid, along with many of the other tour guides, are from the Amazigh people. He had summited Mount Toubkal when he was just 11 years old, and his father just left him behind to make him come back down by himself. He'd summited countless times, and honestly, he can do Toubkal blindfolded, hands behind his back. Allahumma barik. It's people like Rashid and Hussein that are the real men of the mountain, and Allah bless them. They'd kept us safe as best as they could. I phrased it like this for a reason. Remember when Javid said this at the beginning?
Some people on this trip might get thrown off the mountain.
He had unfortunately rolled his ankle. Twice. We don't have any of the footage, and it wouldn't be fair on Javid. However, we do have Sasa J recording the incident shortly afterwards.
It's 2 o'clock. We've had a bit of an injury. Abdullah has injured. What ankle is it, right or left? Right. He's injured his right ankle, so we've split the group up. We've got a pro group who are smashing ahead, and then we've got the chilling group who are going to stay with Abdullah and look after him, make sure he gets on well. If he doesn't, we've already decided. We've seen a log around the corner. We're just going to roast him and eat him up. And as you can see, there's plenty.
Sasa J was calling Javid Abdullah. I don't actually know why, but it was kind of funny, so we just went with it. Now, the injury did cost Javid and the brothers who looked after him an extra 2.5 to 3 hours to get back down. But alhamdulillah, we all got back down to the refuge and chilled for the rest of the day. But remember, the mission isn't over. We're still 3,000 meters above sea level, and the next day we have a hike from the refuge down to Arumt. As the sun slowly began to set, the sky began to darken, and we were only greeted by the finest sky I think I will ever see. Alhamdulillah. Being at above 3,000 meters above sea level, so the stars came to greet us, and they did not disappoint, and it led to the perfect close to day 3. Day 4 initiated the hike down from the refuge back down to Arumt. You look like a tourist.
Huh?
You look like a tourist.
I am.
No, but like an actual tourist.
Yeah, man. You're lucky I didn't wear my Adidas trousers. Wallahi, the reason why I said I'm not going to wear my Adidas trousers yet is because I didn't want people looking at this thinking they can come along like tourists. It's tough. I didn't want to make it look easy. It is tough, isn't it? People are going to look at it and be like, oh, yeah, man, I could do that in my sliders if my man's in his sliders.
do it in jeans.
No, you can't. You can't do it in jeans, you can't do it in that. You need to actually do it properly.
Yeah, you're a kind man.
I know, I think about people. But I'm still wearing my touristy top.
Check out my bro Ahmed over here. Taking in the scenery. Yeah, he looks cool. Oh, Mubarak. Might or might not have been recording you, bro. Are you gonna jump into the water? Say yes, say yes.
Yeah.
Yes! I'm gonna hold you to it. You have no reason to. If you want, I could pack you a spare t-shirt and trousers. Have a couple guys bouldering over there. Why? No reason whatsoever, man. Whoa, that was cold.
I had toothpaste in my mouth.
That was completely understandable.
That was a spit.
Are you gonna jump into the water as well?
Inshallah.
Not just dip your toes in like a baby.
No.
No shade to anyone here.
Jumping like a real boy.
Like a real boy. Okay, Mr. Donkey Man.
Okay, here's the plan.
Explain your situation, sir.
Okay, so yesterday, I fell twice. I rolled my ankle once and I hit my head there, and just for the viewers how flipping fragile I am.
He hurt himself, you know.
Fortunately, yesterday as we were descending, one of our bravest and strongest members, Javid, he slid down the mountain and then he sprained his ankle. So today, what's gonna happen, Javid?
Today we're taking a donkey. Yeah, we're taking a donkey.
So Ziyad, Hussein the guide, and Javid will be going with donkeys, inshallah.
That's the plan. Assalamu alaikum, Javid.
I'll take good care of him.
Enjoy the donkey ride.
See you for lunch, inshallah.
Don't worry, you'll see me there. And for the
Assalamu alaikum, Ziyad.
I'll make sure he gets there on time.
That's good.
Now, while we were mentally preparing ourselves for the hike down, Javid was getting mentally prepared to say salam to his new companion.
It's one of the mules.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet
Jav, how you
Zayd,
feeling about it?
Javid's ride back down the mountain.
Excited?
Hope he doesn't bite me.
Although Javid did sustain pretty bad ankle injury, I'm fairly sure he's more than grateful. And yes, we were all very jealous even though we didn't want to admit. And so the hobbits set off. A 4-hour hike back down to Arund, split into 2 groups. Ziyad, Javid, Zayd, and Abdul Rahman, Abdullah, me, the Sassas, and the rest of the brothers.
We'll see you again, inshallah, one day. For now, assalamu alaikum, Toubkal refuge.
That was cheesy, but I kind of liked it.
Yeah?
That was kind of cheesy.
Yeah, it's not making it in.
Nah, that was cheesy. That was good though. That was sick. Nah, but let's do some cameraman vlogging. Alhamdulillah. It was a cute place, you know. We were chilling in the stables for a bit. Brought the brothers closer.
Ironically, that was the best room in the stables.
Yeah, ironically, you know.
We didn't realise at the time, you know. That's why you got to be grateful for what you got.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, you know.
10:15, just left the refuge, and this is the view in front. It's going to be about 8 hours of this, including lunch, so I am looking forward to lunch. I don't know what it's going to be. We've just started at 10:15. I will try and keep you updated. Abdullah, give me a wave! That's the other crazy guy that I'm here with, and that's Dorian, the crazy guy. Hassan, give me a wave. Rashid, give me a wave.
Hey, hello, we sat there, looking. I think we sat there, looking in that direction.
Yeah.
I left you guys and I went aside.
Nice.
Lads, we made it! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
We finally made it to the same lunch spot as before, with a celebrity guest appearance from our special person, Zayd. But I suppose Javid was also there.
Assalamu alaikum.
So guys, me, Zayd.
Zayd.
You miss us?
Nah.
We were calling you, you ignored us.
Oh, sorry. You know what we could do? We could just like switch POVs.
You know?
That'd be kind of funny.
We could.
Just stand in silence real quick. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got it on camera.
A nice pit stop to rest for the long journey ahead.
No, sorry, I'm going to grab a drink.
Fresh orange juice or
We took in the scenery and the mules. We really love mules here at Men of the Mountain. And just like that, the brothers are ready to get back to hiking the rough terrain. Oh, never mind, they're shopping for jalebas.
Jabella.
This is real 1492. Huh?
It's authentic.
Sorry, yeah.
This way, come here. When you wish it.
When you wear the clothes underneath, that comes out.
Proper jalaba on top, it looks proper nice.
Not bad.
No, this is my price just about pictures. Pictures, Mohammed. Pictures.
I'm gonna get longer. I've seen them wear the clothes underneath.
Yeah, when you wash it.
It's like
I come here, no problem. Just when you put in the water.
Just look at his. Look at his now. Look at his.
Even Zayd wanted to buy something. The ride was just so long and bumpy for Zayd. Poor dude had to carry our luggage in Java.
Alright, do you wanna...
Assalamu
Walaikum salam.
My new whip, Zayd. Very cute little guy. Hasn't thrown me off yet, so...
How are you finding it so far?
I can't lie, my ankle doesn't hurt.
Yeah, ankle doesn't hurt. So he's a bit scared. But gonna try catch up the other group for lunch, inshallah. Those guys are probably living their life right now, chilling. And so are we, alhamdulillah.
As Javid, Ziad and Zayd kept walking, we stumbled upon a pretty nice sight ourselves.
Oh yeah, bro.
We're at the site of where boys are gonna come men. Yeah? We're gonna see the real men of the mountain.
So wait, which side can you jump from?
That side. This is beautiful, man.
Assalamu alaikum, Richie.
I can't show too much of the clips as the brothers wanted to keep it private. But the waterfall just added an extra cherry on top, alhamdulillah, that we weren't expecting. Until eventually we made it back to our rooms. Zayd and the gang, of course, beat us to it.
Guest house, right at the base. This is where we're going to stay tonight. And we still get some amazing views of the mountains. You see the village behind us. And we just go into accommodation. You can still see such amazing mountains.
There's two ways to come to places like this. One is where you come as a tourist and all you end up doing is seeing what everyone else sees. And the second one is to come with people who are amongst the mountains. And when you do that, you learn the people, and the people are beautiful. Come join it, come boost your iman, let's go.
Allahumma barak. The guys were extremely welcoming. Like I said before, made us feel like one of their own. The brotherhood, the community in these mountains is next level, and you have to come experience it for yourself, honestly. All right, lads, finally it's me on the mule. Oh, assalamu alaikum. So we just, assalamu alaikum. It's a living, breathing animal. You have to accept that it's going to do some crazy stuff, but you just have to trust the guide will keep you safe.
I think he's fallen in love. What do you think?
Jav is saying goodbye. Jav, do you want to say your heartfelt goodbye to Zayd?
I'll see you later.
Now, we've all been through such a great... I mean, some of us it'll be more difficult than others. But we've all been through a difficulty. Whether it's not having the toilet paper, whether it's the showers, whether it's the actual mountain, the cold weather, the altitude, you know, injuries. We've all had our own difficulties. But what's happened now? Every night, Allahumma barik, Hussein takes care of us. He gives us a lovely tajin, where we can pray guest the tajin. And he gives us our tea and our fruit, where I can have 10 cups, whatever. And that's ease. But then we need to remember who we are doing this for. Our orphans in Syria, Afghanistan and Gaza. I'm going to give a brother as an example. We're not going to name names.
We're not going to name names to the brother. Just point
we know who it is, but just Allahumma barik. This brother, he never puts anyone down. Never. He always lifts everyone up. But that brother faced some difficulty. He faced some difficulty after reaching the peak of Toubkal. But what happened afterwards? By the qadr of Allah, there was a mule available for him to come ride down on that day. And that was his ease. He pushed himself to the limits. So brothers, my reminder is this. we push ourselves to the limit. We struggle. We struggle for the sake of Allah. And like my reminder this morning, we always need to renew our intention and make sure it's for Allah.
Brothers, we've got a campfire now, inshallah. It will be a short one. So, you're going to enjoy that, share some interesting stories, and we'll go to bed, inshallah.
Used to be with canes.
No, not that one.
And there were black and white TVs. And the internet didn't exist.
No, it did. It went. I know, I'm just making sure they realise I'm not that old. Flipping heck.
Now, we think that the campfire should only be strictly for the brothers, which is why we didn't take very many pictures. It was very deep, and it definitely brought the brothers closer.
Discovery.
Trans what?
He spent many hours.
It brings us to a close on day 4. From the masjid speakers played Surah Yusuf, and I am still so mad to this day that I slept through this. But the bros were getting ready to get back down to Lil. Javid was going by car.
Do you want to give me a question? You want to ask me something?
Yeah, why are you in the car?
Look down. Does that answer your question?
No.
I fell off the mountain.
You know the way you dropped was actually very dirty.
I got like the second time I dropped was even worse.
The first time I saw, your leg went like that.
No, my leg literally collapsed onto my other leg.
Yeah, it
literally went like this. Literally my ankle went like this.
Here you go. Leaving shots. We're saying bye-bye.
Okay.
We even saw another waterfall, way bigger than the one before. But we kept it pushing. The bridges were pretty sketchy. And we saw a couple of locals selling fruits and nuts. They even gave us some samples.
Shukran.
They're all different flavour and they're all packed up. So they're all packed. It's all nicely packed and everything, all different flavour, pistachio and all that. It's one.
So those little granola bars you pay like £1.
Okay, who's got cash? I'll pay over that.
I think I do. You wanna hold this?
I just want to give him like some business in it.
Of course. Which one's this?
Wait, let me see which two you got.
I just wait.
How much was this? How much was
Why? Is it gone? It's hiding behind Ziyad.
Actually, like, one of these really in its face. Hello, buddy. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh.
It's a clean cat as well.
It's kind of cute.
Kind of. It's okay to show feelings. Pose for the camera, buddy. Hello.
He's doing all this to get food from us.
Oh, look at him.
Oh, look at this guy. Guys, the same's calling us.
Mules, cats, and dogs. The perfect trifecta. But we finally reached Imlil, and we headed to the restaurant to meet up with Javid and the Sassas.
That's crazy. Assalamu alaikum.
I'm back to factory settings, man.
Factory settings.
Yesterday.
Even the stairs to the cafe is a hike. Assalamu alaikum. They had to choose a cafe on the 5th floor. Yep.
After climbing the literal stair version of Toubkal again, we chilled and we reminisced.
Assalamu alaikum.
You know what?
You see that left side?
Put it on my page.
But as this trip slowly wrapped up, here's what the brothers. How was it, Zayd?
Alhamdulillah, it was a very interesting experience. Well, the challenges we faced, the climbing up the mountain, living life amongst the Berbers over here, it was just very eye-opening.
Going up, alhamdulillah, it was difficult, very difficult. My lungs were on fire almost all the time. My legs hurt, my thighs hurt, my calves hurt.
Words can't describe. It was like we were traveling to another world. The moment we hit, like when it was reaching 4,000 meters, my brain, it felt like I was getting hit with a hammer on my head. It was just pounding and pounding and pounding. And the whole time I was just thinking, why am I here? What am I doing?
But when you do reach that part of, but this is so tough. Do I really need to do this? You learn about yourself when you have those kind of thoughts. You're like, wow, do I really not like struggling that much? Do I really just want to be comfortable sitting down all the time, just chilling, wasting time, not doing anything? Is that really what I want to do?
But then alhamdulillah, we made it, reached the top, and then from then on all the pain and our tiredness just went away.
If it wasn't for the help of Allah, I probably would have turned back. But I made it to the top. It was cold at the top and windy. And we all slept. I don't know how, but like we slept at the top.
I'm not only here just to remind you about the fact that we need to help the orphans, but also to remind you of the fact that we're also here for the long term which is Jannah, not just here.
But of course, if you actually want to make a change, do good stuff, inshallah, in the end of it, reach Jannah, you have to work hard. It's not just sit down and you'll get Jannah easily. You have to work hard and push yourself. And even if it means being uncomfortable.
How was it with 12, there was like 12, 13 brothers all sleeping together, side by side?
It was interesting, but it's not the first time it's happened.
One thing that you might have thought before, but this trip has made you change your mind.
Sleeping in the bed with brothers.
Let's clarify, it wasn't the same bed. We were in different mattresses, different blankets.
I don't think I would have done that before, but now I'm like, it's not that bad, you know?
What about the wait, you had the sauna, right?
Oh yeah.
What about that? That's like 10 times worse.
I tried to like forget about that.
Then back on the bus on the way back to Marrakesh airport, we ran into some security issues. But never mind that. Fit checks.
95 degrees or something.
Bro, I got the fresh Berber jacket, got the boots, got the TP.
Cold.
Berber jacket.
Where's the yellow bag? Yellow bag. What's Sasa wearing?
We've got the Sasa hat, Berber jacket,
Come on.
and them t-shirt, 3/4 halal shorts.
Come on.
The toes out.
The toes out.
Obviously we've got the broken boots.
Come on.
Held together by one lace. Then we've got the smart chinos.
Let's go.
Then we've got the Primark $3.99 Wiki t-shirt.
Barber on. Beanie on, bro.
My Shafi brother. Obviously take fleece.
Take fleece.
Back to the full settings.
Big bag. Red Berber. Come on, man.
Can't leave this behind. Can't need this.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing, Tori?
Dolce & Gabbana scarf.
Oh my goodness, how much?
Made in the mountains. Don't worry about how much.
Oh my god.
We don't focus on prices in these. Berber jacket. These were originally trousers, which were cut down to 3/4. Obviously, because I got a mum that can do that.
Priceless. Priceless. Fit check, Mustafa.
You can see nothing is matching here. You can see the Hurley X cap.
Cold.
And then here's my thobe.
The Moroccan thobe.
These shoes that I found in the cupboard. God knows whose
Cupboard shoes. Mushraf, what you wearing, bro?
Undisclosed football kit.
What is this? What are the initials? What are the initials?
Down. Adidas trousers these have been on for like 3 days.
Tactical thobe, tactical jacket, bro. Allahumma barik.
That's about it.
CFS.
Okay, we're in the airport, we're at the gate. Aaron, let me know what you got. Is that a GP number 7?
It's a GP number 7. We got a chicken burger, chips.
Mushraf, what'd you get? What'd you get?
Number 7, Miranda, of course.
This is the best thing. This is the best thing in the world. If you guys,
What is that?
Mirinda citrus.
Better than the ting.
Better than the ting.
Better than the ting.
But just like that, the trip was closed, and I believe it was a massive success. Now, as a reminder, we didn't do this trip just for vibes. As vibey as it was, indeed it was vibey. We did this to help the orphans of Syria, Afghanistan, Palestine, but speaking from the heart here, this was the Men of the Mountain's first international project, and Alhamdulillah, it went ridiculously smooth. Alhamdulillah, of course, Alhamdulillah. We've done plenty of mountains. We've done Snowdon plenty of times, Scafell Pike, we've done Ben Nevis, and we've done Kader Idris, but Toubkal was something else. It was just on a complete different scale. But Alhamdulillah, with the help of Allah, with the help of the brothers and the Sassas, and special thanks to Abdul Wahid and Ziyad, partnering us with Human Aid and Advocacy, everything went so extremely smoothly, all things considering. Everything from the brothers and sisters that went, the amazing guides, Hussein and Rashid, Allah bless you, the weather, the mules, the locals, everything was set up so amazingly. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, of course. This is simply the beginning for us. If you did manage to make it this far into the video and you've learned something, whether it's about the Berber culture or whether this video has simply inspired you to take your health into your own hands, then Alhamdulillah, it has done its job. The Men of the Mountain, we are more than just cameramen and a group of brothers. This is an initiative that we've started. It's a vision centered on elevating the males of the Ummah through these physical challenges, experiences, connecting with our fellow brothers, pondering upon the creation of Allah. Since Toubkal, we've summited plenty of more mountains, Alhamdulillah, and we only plan on conquering more with the permission of Allah. We have plenty of upcoming international trips that I won't go into too much detail about, but if you are interested, please do look at the links below. But for now, this has been the Men of the Mountain, and we're signing off on Project Toubkal.